To get this video started, I'm aware I got this ugly thing on my body. It sticks out. It's disgusting. It's gross. Just ignore it. I know I have it, so just carry on. And now that I'm done talking about my face, I know I have a pimple, so for today's video, I have a mod that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's the OLM radio bracket that you can use to hold your access port, your phone, pretty much whatever you want. It goes behind your radio bezel, and it's a pretty sleek little thing. I'm not going to use it for an access port. I'm actually going to use it for my Airlift controller. So that's what I'm going to use it for, and I'll explain why. So basically, the bracket's going to go something like this. It's going to go in behind here and then have a little stick out. And I'll have the controller right here. And this is what I wanted for a while. I've thought about this for a while, and it's just what I wanted. And the reason for that is because right now I have the controller sitting right here. And now, you know, this method is fine. It's just, I don't like it. It just flops around everywhere. It just, you know, it's not very great. And it causes a lot of like dust that's hard to reach. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to clean. And as is, I don't really clean my car that often, to be honest, but whatever. And then when I get an access port, I want to have the vent mount right there. So, you know, I don't want this here. This is in the way. So there's no need of it. I just think overall, once we put the controller right here, it'll look a lot better. So that's what I'm going to do. The kit, I believe, was a little bit over 30 bucks. I got it from Subi Depot, and this is what you're getting. And first impressions, it's very cheap. And I understand it's just a piece of metal that's been bent up. I completely get that. And I understand that there's R&D that goes into this product. But like, just look at that. The hole isn't even like centered. It's way off. It's missing metal. And the powder coating itself, it's not done very well. Like, it just doesn't feel good. I don't know what happened, but it's not right. And even if you compare this bracket to the one from Subi Speed's video that they did a few years back, it looks nothing alike. Like, there should be a bunch of holes and stuff in it, which this one doesn't have. So I'm hoping this is going to work. You know, it looks the same, so it should, but I guess we'll see. But other than the bracket, you just get you get a little Phillips screw right here, and that's it. That's all it is to the kit. The hardest part really is just taking the radio off. And it's going to be a lot easier for 15 to 17 models. For 18 plus, it's a little bit more difficult from my understanding. So I'm going to have to figure this out. But I believe I got to remove the radio. We will see. So I'm going to go at this for a bit, see what I can figure out. Alright, so this has become a lot bigger of a pain in the ass than it should have been. I think this bracket was originally made for the 15 to 17, so I have no idea if this is going to work for the 18 plus. I can't find anything on YouTube for this, so from my understanding, I'll probably be the first one to do this. I took this off. You don't have to take this off. You just got to drop the glove box, so you just got to pull out this like this I forget what you call it, but this thing that kind of makes it so it's slow when it opens and stuff. And then to take out the glove box, you just got to pull like the little stopper out and kind of force it, and then do the same thing over there, and then you just pull it out and it comes out. You got to rip all that down here apart. What you have to do is remove the 4 10 mils. So there's 2 up here, and then I hope you can see this. So there's one right there above that yellow cord, and then there's another on the opposite side. So the other is right there, just right behind that black part. You got to remove those 4, and then your radio should come out. And then I believe once the radio has fully out, I have to unscrew this backing. Yeah, you got to completely remove the radio from my understanding. Remove the radio and then unscrew this backing, and then I could slip it in behind. So we will see. I haven't seen this on YouTube anywhere, so from my understanding, I'm the first. I don't really know. I just hope this works, because this is not fun, but oh well. Well, oh man, I have the entire car apart just for this stupid bracket that I don't even know if it's gonna work. But to get the bottom bolt down in there, that is the hardest thing to do. I had to use like this really long extension with like a wobble socket thing. Like, yeah, like that's how long it had to be. So just so you know, before you go into there, make sure you have some sort of extension. And I use how to use my impact, and if you're not careful, you're gonna like screw up your plastic, which I did a little bit there, but I don't think you'll really notice it. The other side's not too bad. The top's easy. There's so many plugs and it's so tight in there that it's really hard to get, but once you get in there, it all kind of comes out. This plug's a pain in the ass to get out. When I got it out, my like hand was like spazzing, so I don't know if there was electricity still in there or not, but my hand was like stuck. There probably was. And then there's these two clips you got to kind of pull back, and then once you pop those out, the entire head unit just kind of comes forward. Let's go see if this bracket's even gonna work. It just goes right here, just like that. Now, like I said, because my holes are a little bit off, and I don't think this is like right. Like I feel like this should be a little bit higher or whatever. I don't really know, but apparently it's supposed to go in here. And then you got to take your screw and you got to screw it into here on the side, and that should be it. So that's that. I think that'll do the trick. And now we got to put our radio back in. So I'm going to throw you guys on a time lapse again and put this all back together. This is going to be fun. And it's going to rain, so I got to get this done real quick. Let's see how fast I can do it. Just the last piece. Push the bottom in and the top, and that is it. Boom. Oh, that was fun. Now you got this nice little bracket that took me like 3 hours to put on, but the end product will be something like that. I'm just gonna get some 3M tape and tape this on. But then that could come off as well. So for this, just yank this off. Oh, if I can get it off. It's pretty on there, I'll admit. See if one of my family members want this, because I do not. It's not coming. It's stuck. Might have screwed that up, but I'll see if one of my family members want it, I guess. But I will no longer need this. And that's very nice to see. Now we have an open spot for an access port in the future. Now just for this, to finish it up. So I decided to mount it a little bit lower than I thought I would. Honestly, the reason for that is just so I don't have to go up as high to like do whatever I need to do. And I'm happy I decided to put this here just because on a daily, like, you know, it's a lot easier to just kind of like come over here and touch something rather than it was like kind of leaning forward, because I would have to lean forward to grab it, and like, you know, it's not very nice. And I'm sitting back a little bit right now, but like it's in a pretty good position, I feel like. And I feel like it looks a little awkward on camera. It looks a little bit more like it's a little sideways, but it's still, you know, directly facing the driver. And another reason why I decided to put it lower is just so it's easier to hit the skip and reverse, like the forward and reverse buttons. Just so if it was higher, you know, it would be like you'd be hitting it, and it is something that's staying for a while. I don't plan on moving it. Like a phone, like if this was a phone, maybe you put a little bit higher, but you know, you still want to see the carbon. You know, I could always, if I decide to, move it up, but I think I'm going to leave it here for a bit, try it out, see how I feel. But I think it looks great. I'm very happy with how it came out. And if I turn on the car, boots right up. That's probably a little bit easier to hear me, but I have a leak that never went away, so you know, it's that comes back. I'm hoping my fittings are soon, and then this is all going to be 100%. I think this is a lot cleaner. I would like to find a way to hide the wire better, whether that's up kind of in behind. You know, if I do something like this, maybe. But you know, even then, like, I don't got a lot of room to play around with it. So this will work for now. If I can think of something better, I'll for sure do it. I just wish there was a little bit better spacing so I can kind of stick the wire in there, but honestly, I don't think I'll be able to. Really underestimated this one. I knew it was going to be a little difficult because it was for an 18. For the 15 to 17s, you can kind of just pull the front face bezel out and it all just comes out. But since the entire radio is kind of like the full thing and it's all touch, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's still kind of the same thing in a way. It just requires more steps because you have to remove the entire radio, which sucks. So as long as you know that going into it, it's not that bad. But overall, I think it's a very good mod. I think even if you use it for just your phone, it's a good mod. Yeah, just in general, I think it's a sleek little thing. It looks OEM. It looks like the controller's meant to be there. It's a lot nicer than having like your phone mount, which again, that still works. But I feel like in the long run, this is a much nicer install. And now when you take photos of your car, you're not going to see like that stupid little circle up in the windshield, which is really nice. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please ask. You know, I'll try my best to answer, but you know, it's just some things you can't really record very well, and you just kind of got to go into it and just see it. So, you know, but if there is something you're unsure of, just ask. You know, I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities. And subscribe. You know, like I said, I'm doing this for a while. We're about to hit 50 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting. I got lots of more mods coming up. I can just think of 10 more videos I can do at the top of my head. We got a cylinder 4 cooling mod coming up. We got wheels coming up. We got rear suspension parts coming up. We got lots of stuff coming up, and we got a pretty nice hood coming in. Just you know, just a little hint. So if you want to see some of that stuff happening, you know, subscribe, tag along, and just watch the build. You know, I'm doing this for fun. It's just some kind of just to document. You know, it's just me. You know, I'm just enjoying it, and you know, it's a lot easier for me to make a video than to explain things to people. I'm not the best at describing things. I'm much more of a doer, so you know, hopefully that helps out. But that's it, guys. Take it easy.